Nice.
Hi, everyone.
Let's see. Let me just do a mic test. Are we all good? Let me just check YouTube. Let me put that tab live. Hello, can you hear us? Diana, Synergy, Crystal, hi for our early watchers. Can you hear us?
Give us a
Hi
sign.
guys, can you reply in the
Yes,
YouTube
yes.
comments if you can hear us?
There's a delay, so I think they might hear us, but in like 10 seconds, 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
Let me see if there's a reply coming on. I'm not sure if they can hear us yet. Thank you, Evenda Gaming. I saw your comment. All right.
Okay.
So tonight here we have a few esteemed guests tonight. We have Alessio Mizzoni, we have Puya Rayat, and as usual, my partner in crime, Jared Hoon.
Hey guys.
So tonight we're gonna share about Solchicks. I think it's one of the most craziest games in Solana right now. It's probably one of the biggest. I think it's great that we could have an AMA session with Alessio and Puya because we have some community members asking about it, and we know that there's a lot of hype going on around it right now. We just want to talk about it real quick. Share with us what you think about the game in the comments below later. But let's dive right into it, right? So, Alessio, it's good to have you here tonight. Maybe you want to share a bit about yourself before we go into the game itself.
For sure. Thank you, guys. Thank you for having us. Yeah, so as you can guess from my name, I'm not a gamer, but I'm a business mind, and I immediately saw like the crypto space booming in the past year, right? Like everyone saw, and the play to earn space is such an innovation, like in our society and like in the gaming world that it couldn't just be ignored. So as most of us started, I started as an investor. A few months ago, actually 8 months ago, I joined Solchicks as a social media manager. And yeah, I just fell in love with the project, and it's been an incredible journey, right? Like we started as a small team, 20 people, and now we are like 100 people team across the globe, trying to build the most exciting and RPG fantasy NFT powered game on the Solana blockchain. So it's been incredible, and it will be incredible because our roadmap is so dense of events in the coming months. That's yeah, it's just gonna be incredible.
Yeah.
And we're super happy to be here with you guys, like in your community. Like guilds are such an important part of the ecosystem that, yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I mean, in Web3, it's really all about the community, right? I mean, we are building on a decentralized chain. I think the whole point of being in NFT gaming is that we could build alongside the community rather than we build and then we show the community what we built and then we like go back and forth. So I think it's great what we're doing. I like what I hear so far. But let's hear from Puya. What do you got, man?
Yeah, I mean, I can go on all day. So if we narrow it down, you want me to give you the take on the Solchicks or what more specifically?
More about yourself, man. We start off with yourself, yo.
All right, cool. So my Puya, right? Most people know me by Papa. That's my like a alias in this whole space. And I, get long time gamer since before I could stand or walk, and so that naturally drew me into this. But I'm also very big on investing. Worked in 2 different banks, so gaming, investing, and I like edgy stuff. So all of this combined just led me into Solchicks also as an investor at first, but then I got more and more involved, and they reached out, and the rest is history.
Great. I guess in GameFi, it's really a combination of really finance and gaming. I think a lot of games in the Web2 space are focused on fun, but I guess some of the games here are focused on finance. But ultimately, I guess we all know when developing a game, you have to focus on the fundamentals of like gameplay, making it fun, so that users come here for the intrinsic value itself, not just the extrinsic, right? Mm-hmm. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, Alessio, would you like to tell us more about the team that you have built or the team that's formed in Solchicks? How did it start? What was the great inspiration behind it? Let's hear it from you.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, as I mentioned, the vision has been and it is to like currently to build the most exciting and like a game that people actually want to play, as you mentioned, right? Like the crypto thing, okay, and like the like people won't be willing to earn it's something, but like building a game that it's enjoyable and it's fun and it's a pleasure to play just because it's a good game, not just because you earn. It's something different, and it is what we're trying to build. Particularly, we're building an RPG, both PvE and PvP game on the Solana blockchain. It's a fantasy game, so the characters are these little cute chicks. And so we all know that the most Instagram the character is a cat, right? On Facebook, if you post a cat, you get at least like I don't know 50 likes. It's like guaranteed. And we just decided to go with as cute animal as a cat, and we chose chicks. And so yeah, you have chicks, and from the name Solchicks, because we are on the Solana blockchain, the characters of the game, and it's just early stage. We had a game demo back in September, and we released. Well, of course, we had an IDO and we had like an NFT mint, and now we are live with a mini game. So again, it's been an incredible journey, and we are on the Solana blockchain for. I mean, maybe we will talk about the chain that we chose later and the reasons why we chose Solana.
Sure. I think that's great. Honestly, I've been to your website and I've seen you put up like you have 100 over people in your team. So that's really big and good for a game company. I think becoming a game development company
Yeah,
requires a
sure.
lot of effort, right? And I mean, in Web3,
Yeah. Sorry, I probably jumped. Sorry, I probably jumped too far in answering my question. The
yeah,
question was about the team, right?
yeah,
So yeah, we are in 150 people team in general because we are Solchicks is the main project under Catheon Gaming, which is the umbrella company, and then we have different games, and Solchicks is just the first child, the favorite child, the first game that came out of this gaming studio basically. And our team is scattered all across the globe. Like we have most of the most of the team that is in Australia. We have probably 50 people in Australia. The company is officially registered in Hong Kong, but then we also have a team in the US, and then there's me and Papa, of course. Papa, by the way, is famous to be the best looking guy in the company, and that's why he's always running the AMAs. But anyway, and we are in Europe. So yeah, we're a big team. We enjoy working remotely, and actually we met for the first time in blockchain related events a few months ago with part of the team. So yeah, our team is pretty diverse, and it's a great team. It's a pleasure to work with.
oh, sounds like Papa, you're an important man.
Oh.
Maybe.
He always says this, but no, that's not the case.
That's how he gets you to go for all the AMAs, my friend.
Yeah.
Awesome. Very interesting to learn about the team behind Solchicks. Actually, next question I have for you guys. About the game itself, what do you think inspired the gameplay? If you could talk a bit about how Solchicks plays and what would you liken it to if we talk about existing games right now, not even specific to just GameFi, but just in general. Because I have one title in mind, looks quite similar to this, but let me know how this came about for you guys. Popper, maybe you can take this one.
Yeah, I was exactly. So I think I'm very interested to hear your take on which game you think it's similar to or whatnot. But the initially, like I think one of you touched on this, we wanted a game where there is actually entertainment first, where there is an intrinsic motivation to play it outside of earning. And the titles that came to the founders' minds, I wasn't there. I mean, but when the project was founded, but League of Legends, Diablo, like titles like that, where it's just so addictive that you play even when you shouldn't play the game, and you don't earn any money.
Yeah.
Like it's just yeah. So I mean, those were the inspirations, and then you pivot a little bit, obviously. So we have that alpha teaser we'll show you later. So we'll see what that be. But which game did you have in mind?
Actually, I kind of had two. So I had Lost Ark, which is a more, actually not so recent, but well, for SEA and the US, I suppose, is more recent, but it's a long time in Korea. So Lost Ark was one, and the other one I was looking at some of the features of Solchicks reminds me a lot about World of Warcraft. You know how you feed your pet and you got to keep it happy. What is back in the day, classic PC when you had to keep your pet happy for you as a hunter. So that kind of reminded me of that as well. So WoW and Lost Ark, MMORPGs basically.
Well, you're not wrong. Like the plan is for an MMORPG.
Yep.
So that's that's spot on.
Very nice, very nice. Cool. So it's a top down kind of click to move, quite similar to well in that regard, a bit more similar to Lost Ark and Diablo than it is to WoW, where WoW is a WASD movement, so it's a bit more clicking, which is fine. It's cool. Okay. What about some specific kind of gameplay related details? Is it a range kind of game? Is it melee? What are kind of the mechanics that you have within the game itself?
Yeah, so I mean, I was telling you guys before how prepared you are. Even with your descriptions of the games, it's like spot on. So I would say it's a mix of Diablo with the clicking movements and League of Legends, but the fighting itself, I would say the plan is to have more similar to World of Warcraft, where you have different classes, or Diablo for that matter. So different classes where some of them are melee, but some of them are ranged.
I see.
Uh,
I think
so
we get to
some,
see some of that on video, right, Pupa?
yeah, for sure. So after this, after the AMA, like in the end, we'll share that for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll get some clips of you online in the future of you playing, and then we'll catch that.
For sure.
Yeah, we can play
For
together
sure.
next time. Jared is a hardcore gamer as well for like
Yeah.
PvP and stuff.
Really?
I love the stuff. MMORPGs, I just spent an unhealthy amount of time on those games. So yeah, this game is right up my alley actually. So Jakes, I'm very interested about it.
We can
Nice to
play
hear.
together
Nice
next
to hear.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
now for the hard stuff, right? The hard questions is maybe you can tell us more about the economics, since I think in GameFi a lot of emphasis is also played on the Fi side of things. Maybe you could share a bit more about the economics. I think the NFTs are really cute. I think you should share about the design if you have the chance to it later. And of course, the tokenomic behind the project. So these are like key areas we want to focus on. I think feel free to bounce between yourself if it's like a little too long, the segment. Don't want to tire you out because it's going to be a long AMA, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So I'll try to be thorough, and you can just reel me back in if it's too detailed, or if I pivot too far off. And unless you're same with you, just jump in and whenever. So the Fi, yeah, exactly. GameFi. The Fi is the very interesting, the new part, the unexplored territory, the chaos, like if you will, because in normal games you have these economies. There's an infinite supply. You can't trade it for fiat, so they can do pretty much whatever they want. They can shorten the supply. They can do some stuff with that, but now when you can earn, when the in-game currency is actually um, connected to fiat, you can trade it on secondary exchanges. This all changes, and this requires a very, very deliberate economics and tokenomics. So we have done our best, and we've to create a very good economics for a long-term project. And we've actually, since the beginning, of course we've done our due diligence and tried to do a very, very good job. But as we've gone along, like these last couple of weeks, we hired more people to focus solely on the game, like economics, because it's such an important thing and it's so hard to get right. I think anyone who can claims they have like a bulletproof tokenomics is probably lying to you. Like nobody knows how it will be because of the rate of adoption of these games and whatnot.
Yep.
So with that in mind, that we've tried to create a very good tokenomics. We have the chicks token. So we have two different two different tokens that can be traded on the secondary. So you have the Chicks token, which is a governance token that can also be used to pay for breeding, used to buy stuff in the marketplace, the in-game marketplaces and whatnot. And it has a burning mechanism. So when you spend it, you burn it. Then you have the shards, which you can earn in the mini game. That's live right now. The first play to earn game on the Solana blockchain. You can earn these shards. So use the shards and use the chicks together to breed and create new Solchick NFTs. So pretty. Let me know if I confused you. Like, it's a lot of stuff going on. But so you have these two tokens, and you have another in-game token that you can't trade for fiat, and these would interact in a few different ways to make sure that we can balance the supply of the token, and if the demand is too high, that can also become a problem, even though that's great. Of course, we want that, but that means our sense, like, we need to adjust some stuff to make sure
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a great introduction. If I might just add something, maybe for the people, because sometimes we take for granted so many things, right? Because we've been in the project like 8, 9 months, but maybe some of the audiences, like the first time, maybe they hear like our project. I hope not, but maybe there's still someone out there that doesn't know Solchicks. So basically, the difference between the two tokens is that the Chicks token is a governance token. So in the future, we will have different versions of this game. This is the Solchicks saga, and then we will have different games correlated like to this game. For example, we will have probably a Farmville version of Solchicks, but this is coming in the future. But I'm just giving the long-term vision. And so what is the role of the Chicks token in this? Chicks token is the governance token, meaning that people will get to choose what are the different updates that we want to have in our game, right? So people get to choose, and this is the beauty of the blockchain technology. People can get ownership of a platform, of a game, or yeah, in this case, it's a game or a metaverse, because we're planning also to get land. So the difference is this: the shards token, that by the way is coming out in 2 days. We are listing on Thursday on Radium, because of course we are in the Solana blockchain. Is a utility token, and so it's useful basically in the game. As Papa mentioned, you can upgrade your NFT in certain ways. You can upgrade your weapon NFTs, and you can use it with Chicks token to breed new NFTs. So it's more a utility token, and the Chicks token is our first token. Is already tradable on different centralized exchanges, decentralized exchanges, and is the governance token, right? So we have these two tokens.
Okay. Okay, I'm hearing quite a lot of stuff. Let me try and recap the most important point. You have planned a future.
Yes,
it seems like you have planned a long future ahead. I hear a lot of utility now. You're planning to mix between chicks and shards so that you can have different utilities in the game itself. I think you also mentioned that you're having a shard drop in 2 days' time, if I remember correctly, right?
Yep.
I think that's linked on your.
Because they are not. Yeah, because they are not listed in anywhere yet. People can earn shards token playing the mini game, but it's not tradable. It's not live on any exchange yet. So
okay.
but it will be on Thursday. Yeah.
Okay, I see there's a shard tab on your website. So would our viewers here be able to go to your website and just check that out? Would that give them enough information, or is there something else you want to share there?
I mean, I think it's all on there, but yeah, it's all on there, and we'll have more announcements actually in like 1 or 2 hours.
Okay, so later, all the relevant links, we'll link them down below. Papa and Alessio, if we miss out anything, please remember to remind us. We want our viewers to have like all the information they can get, right, to participate. Okay, so I think we move on to okay. So for guilds like Prominence, I think me and Jared were excited to work with you. How do we fit into your ecosystem? Is there like a scholarship system? I think we always ask this on most of our AMAs because we do have quite a bit of scholars, so we want to be able to cater to them as well. Maybe you can share more and talk about your system, how you intend to have these people on, or how's the system like?
Yeah, Alessio, you want to take that one? The scholarships and the guilds fitting into our ecosystem. You're muted.
Oh yeah, you're muted, man.
Yeah, I was muted. Yeah, for sure. I mean, again, the community is what I always say is that the play to earn industry is not gonna build itself. So we always try to make meaningful partnerships, whether it is like with other projects or with guilds that, of course, give the opportunity to so many people to learn and play different games and earning from these games, right? So in terms of uh, our possible partnership with Prominence Games, for sure. Like we have actually a system upcoming, not yet live, but we have an upcoming system of renting NFTs. So that might be something that we could work on. Basically, people that have an NFT, they can rent it, and so other people can play, because of course the number of NFTs is limited, right? We will only have only 10,000 NFTs in total, and only if you have an NFT you can earn. So this is how the game works. And then so we want to build this system that only like you can go on our platform, on our website, you can list your NFT, but you don't sell it. You just rent it to someone else, and they wanna play, and they can just use your NFT, and the level and the quality, the traits of your NFT in the game that you gain in the game will remain the same. So that is something that we can explore for sure. And yeah, I just think that guilds in general are extremely powerful tool for like an amazing communities. Like to have so many gamers and enthusiasts that can play our game, it's just a blast. I think, Papa, you wanna add anything?
No, I guess I wanna just be very clear about the guilds are an essential part of this play to earn. Sorry, I mean the GameFi, the new space that's disrupting the traditional gaming market, because it needs early adopters, it needs players for the ecosystem to thrive, and I think a lot of these guilds, they provide a steady stream of players. So I definitely see the guilds as a very, very important part of the gaming ecosystems.
Yeah. Excellent. Good. With regards to scholarship, I think the next question then would be the play to earn aspect of the game. Can you elaborate a little bit more on how that will work like for a scholar or a player in general, how he or she go about earning, what kind of modes? I know there's a PvP mode, there's a rating system, obviously there's breeding as well, and crafting and all that stuff. So how would I, as a player, go about earning in the Solchick game itself?
Yeah, so one interesting thing, it's probably the thing that I like the most, even though, like I repeat, I'm not a gamer, but I'm really competitive. So we will implement, and actually we already implemented this in the mini game that is already live. It's leaderboards. So basically, we will have weekly winners, sometimes monthly winners for different campaigns and different types of battles. And so usually the prizes will be in CHICKS tokens for the top three, maybe top three in the leaderboard is still to be confirmed. Of course, how many prizes and what kind of prizes. But the idea is that we have leaderboards for the top performers and the top players over the course of a week, over the course of months. So if you have I don't know. I can think of like strategies that like people within the same community can use. Maybe they rent the same NFT and they just take turns playing, and eventually probably if they have a strategy, they will just come on top of the leaderboard for the week, and so you win prizes. So there are a bunch, of course, of mechanisms that come into play, but leaderboards are for sure my favorites.
Cool, cool,
Yeah,
cool.
and that
Sorry,
sorry,
go ahead,
so
go ahead,
just
go ahead, go ahead. Yep.
sorry, so just and that's a lot about, that was a lot focus on the mini game, and which has earning potential. But then when we're coming closer to the game, the full game, then you'll see that you can earn either through PvP, you can earn through PvE. There will be daily quests and weekly quests, which we saw was very successful in games like World of Warcraft to get more daily active users.
Yep.
Like create that incentive to just log in and do some stuff. So what we've tried to do, like without doing a one size fits all, because that usually means you're bad at everything. But what we try to do is like cater to the few core, like different types of core players. So you have the PvE players, you have the PvP players, and then you have the casual gamer, and then you have the like you, Jared, the competitive gamer. So what we try to do is make sure that both your time is valued, but
Mm,
also your skills. So if you are better, then you'll earn more. If you win, you'll earn more. But if you lose, you'll also earn because time should also be rewarded. So that's in a gist how the earning potential works.
awesome. Thank you for that. Cool. One more thing. So I saw on the website, this thing is quite interesting, is Solchicks Gangs. I think that's what it's called, correct? Let me just check real quick. I believe so, correct? Something about Solchicks Gangs and how being involved in one can help you earn or win more within a game. Can someone elaborate a bit more about what that's all about?
Solchick Gangs.
Yeah.
It rings a bell, but honestly, I'm not too sure. That might be something that we were going with
Yeah, I don't
before.
know. Maybe it's yeah, maybe the game developer did something. I don't know. You caught me off guard. Let me check. Maybe it's a new feature
I'm
that
No, I
they're
pretty
think
trying.
certain.
Maybe it's something cool.
Yeah.
Let me double.
I'm
So-
pretty sure it's
So
like,
I saw this
guild.
online. It says like something along the lines of having a party and having like some rewards when you play in a party or some bonuses.
Yeah. So
Jared, must you? He's going for the
Yeah.
competitive aspects of the game.
I'm sorry. I'm actually doing my homework. I want to know how I can win at this game. But yeah, it says here, your soul chicks can gang up with other soul chicks and form packs to increase their chances of winning in battle.
Yeah,
And you
so
get
I
more
think
XP as well.
exactly. So we want to incentivize playing with others. So when we said gangs, I think we were referring to what in the traditional games are known
Right.
as a
Okay.
little bit different in here. So I think that's pretty much it. Like you find people who you maybe occasionally group or grade with.
I see. And then you're all incentivized with more XP. So you level faster. And if I remember correctly, you would unlock features as you level up, correct? Is PvP not available right off the bat? You have to get to a certain level before you can access that feature, correct?
That I'm not sure of, to be honest.
Okay.
Because from the initial white paper, that was we haven't updated in a while. The update is actually coming very, very soon.
Ah, okay. Okay.
I'm not sure if we can release the exact date, Alessio, but so about the PV, like we initially had 45 level 45 requirement for breeding, which we removed. We had 4 tokens, now we only have 2. So there's a lot of stuff that's changed there. I want to give you an answer, but I'm not sure that it's correct. So I'll have to get back to you on that one.
No problem, no problem.
No
And we'll
problem.
be sure to update our community as well once we get more info. For those that are interested, we can always check back here again. We'll give you more updates on the game itself.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah, but by the way, our new white paper with game mechanics all updated is coming. I think by tomorrow. So this is again a perfect timing for sure. We will share all the juicy updates with the community. That'd be incredible. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Perfect timing. Literally today we do this. Tomorrow all the stuff comes out. The following day that shots come out, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I actually saw. Oh no, sorry, not saw. I heard 2 statements and quotes that I really liked from LSU and Pool. So LSU, you state this: play to earn, won't build itself. We got to keep building, right? I think this is totally true. In this space, I mean, we are still the minority in the world. In play to earn space, in GameFi, we are the early adopters. I think it's true that we have to keep continuously building, even as a guild and as a GameFi company building games. The build has to keep going. And the second one that I like is from Pupa. The statement is time should be rewarded. I think there's a lot of games out here who reward winners, but I think that even people who invest time, even though they are not good at the games, should be rewarded according to their progress, whether it's bad or good at the start. I think you've managed to be inclusive in this aspect. You managed to get Solchicks to get involved in all types of gamers because we don't want to exclude some, right? That's something I really like. So talk about something more relevant thereafter is for us, I think we're quite eager to play as a guild. And we definitely want to support Solchicks as well. What are some of the features that our community can be excited about? Is there something we as Prominence can do or get our community to do to support you? Is there anything like that we can do for you?
That's a great question. Like, not you're doing the opposite of what everyone is doing. Instead of going, "Hey, what can you do for us?" You're going, "Hey, what can we do for you?"
That's
And
what
I
builders
love
do,
that.
my friend. We
Right,
build.
I love it. I love it. This space keeps surprising me, like how cool it is. Um, yeah, so for us right now, you first of all, by just having the guild, having this AMA, it helps a lot. So we get more people interested in the ecosystem, and later on get more players. But I mean, I guess the social following right now is pretty huge. So any type of engagement or interest or liking, following, all that good stuff. It helps a lot. Um, that's it for now. And I don't want to chill and just go like buy everything. That helps of course, but get interested, read come in here, tune in, read maybe the new white paper that's coming out, and see what you think about it, and share it with a friend if you like it. You know. So just stuff. Just I would say right now we're in a phase where we just um, awareness is key.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, we keep doing that, right? Pupa, what's
Yeah.
your Twitter handle? I'm gonna follow you right now, man. I think
Awesome.
we should get our followers to follow you so we can play together as well. We should stream one day and play together, you know?
We definitely will. I've streamed a lot of League of
That's the
Legends. I
thing.
can't wait to stream
You
this.
stream? Oh shit.
I
Okay,
did.
okay.
I used to do. I streamed League of Legends because I was
You
trying to
should
get
stream at the mini
master.
game. You play together the mini game and you play and you get on top of the leader.
we, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So, my Twitter handle is, I think it. You can find me if you search for Papa, Poppa.
Papa, I see Papa Pango, Big Pupa, Pum, Scott. No, I don't think that's you. Okay,
No,
we'll figure that out later.
we'll figure that out. Yeah,
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 we'll
yeah.
figure that out later, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I think this is the end of what questions we have. Do you guys want to show a demo? Do we have a demo ready for them?
Yeah, I think we do.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see a demo. Let me get it loaded.
Yep.
Jeez, let's go. Let's see how the production changes this. Okay, it's an awkward pause here. I think we're waiting for the video to load on the background. Let me see.
Maybe you can answer some really quick questions from the stream itself. So I'm seeing some of these questions can be answered quite quickly, actually.
Oh, I think it's live. I think the video is live. I have an alternate screen on YouTube. So it's showing your trailer right now.
Yeah, without sound though.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Is there sound?
No,
The
no
video is
sound.
live.
Oh, I've seen this trailer before. Okay, honestly, it looks really cute. Reminds me of what is that game that I used to play? We all played Pokemon on your phone before, where you move around in this fashion. Which version was it? It's on my phone. I can't remember the name now.
Pokemon Go.
But I'm guessing there's a lot of dynamism to it because I see a lot of different items. I see a lot of different quests. I think it reminds me of. This reminds me of. Have you all played like Black Desert Online on your phone, by any chance?
No, I'm afraid
No?
not.
Oh man,
No,
okay.
no.
Okay, it's okay.
No.
This is the pay to earn version. I'm playing this one now anyway.
Exactly.
Jeez, I want to see the one that we have their gameplay on. I remember there's one that it shows like your PvP and raiding. Could we see that as well?
Yeah, I think it's just on the website though.
Yeah, I
if
think that's on the
you-
website.
Okay, we'll
It's
link it on the website. Guys, do check it out. I do think that they have one of the most nicely developed games for a sandbox variation. Probably the cutest one as well. I'm not sure what you guys think of that, but I think it's the cutest. Link me something cuter. Maybe I'll go and try it out as well. Right. Okay. Other than that, do you guys want to share anything before we go into the Q&A on YouTube? So I'm gonna just leave a time. Alesso and Puha, do you have anything? Any questions?
Man, I think it's. I think. Oh, you're asking questions. Sorry.
Any questions or you want to say
ask
anything? My bad. I'm sorry, man.
No, I mean, I think it's just nice to give an overview of what's the roadmap, right? So right now, the key event, the key thing that we have going on is the mini game, so people can actually play and start earning shards token. But then we have the alpha version of the game coming up in a few weeks, and that will be probably at the beginning will be only for like there will be an early access for influencers and KOLs. But maybe we can consider something to do with you guys. So that can be something interesting.
I like
for
the
sure.
sound of that.
By
I
the
like the
way,
sound of that.
the trail. Yeah, and the trailer that you just saw is from the alpha game actually. And then of course the full game release is planned for September 2022, and then all the different the whole ecosystem, the Solchicks world with the other games will come later. But so this more or less the roadmap. And then in between you have smaller events like the breeding mechanism the Poppa mentioned before that is coming in weeks. And so people can like breed if they have two NFTs in the same wallet and so on. Like, but these are smaller events. But yeah, let's hear the questions from the audience if there's any.
Okay, I'm gonna scroll YouTube for a little bit. I see you actually answered one of the questions, basically the roadmap part. So the next question is this: so what is the marketing strategy you will use to attract the vast majority of new users to play your game? I think I'll answer the first half on your behalf because actually we are the marketing strategy. You know, guilds are actually one of the huge forces. Not gonna lie, we're gonna show ourselves right here. I think guilds are important in the game space itself, but I think Solchicks is a lot more planned. Maybe this one, Alesso, you can elaborate on your own. I've already like emphasized on the guild enough, like for today.
No, I mean, again, guilds are for sure like a great component of the marketing strategy, but of course there are other marketing channels. So with, if I want to go in details, as I said before, Solchicks is just the main project of Catheon Gaming, and we leverage all the marketing of this huge company. And the way that we do it is just we have different marketing channels, right? So we have influencers, so we try to onboard gamers, like people that play games for a living, and we get them on board either with having them investing in our project, or maybe play our game and show like with their audience what our game is like and what's the value, what's the long-term plan, right? So we try to form long-term partnerships to like just tap into this new market. And of course we just develop our own channels, right? We have email marketing, for example, where we try to target like of course gamers in this case, because as I mentioned before, like the focusing too much on crypto, it's probably a short-term plan on crypto audience. So of course we try to focus on gamers and in the gaming industry. So there's of course a bunch of tactics and strategies that we can implement, but the most important thing is to value your community and make sure that they are loyal to you because you keep your promises, and you provide as much value as possible, both from a gaming perspective, the quality of the game, but also like from incentives and adoption, massive adoption of the token. And so yeah, there are different strategies that we can implement, that we use.
Awesome. Cool. Next question I have for you from the community is, I think we touched on this very early on in the AMA, but why Solana?
Yeah, it's a great question. So when we were choosing which network to be on, we had discussions with many of the people representing some of these different networks that were of interest to us, and Solana was the one that stood out for us. So we have three main reasons for this. The first being it's very cheap. Like transactions on Solana doesn't cost anything, pretty much. Very, very cheap compared to, I mean, I guess most people who listen to this, or at least me, when I started out, it was Ethereum and like everything was so expensive. The gas fees were killing me. I was not in profit. But now with
Yeah.
Solana, like even Solana doesn't charge an arm and a leg for transactions. So that's number one. Number two, you can do a lot of transactions per second compared to, for example, some of the earlier networks. So these two things combined, we really liked. And then the thing that really pushed us over the edge, so to speak, was that we got a great connection with these guys. and we really liked the conversations that we had with them. So we thought that this is a great opportunity to get the first movers advantage, as well as there aren't any play to earn games in this network right now.
So awesome.
So actually, this is a more generic question. I think it's poised for like Alesso and Pupa yourself. Is so where do you and the Solchicks team see the world of blockchain being in years to come? And how will you guys change the landscape of like cryptocurrency, specifically GameFi, in the upcoming years? Good question from Dr. Maddie. Might take a little bit of time to think about it because it's a really generic question. And I think it's just more interesting because you're a pro gamer that come from the traditional game to Web3. And I think you have your own views as well as Alessio. I think the community is interested to hear what you think. Maybe they like you as personnel. They're going to follow you after this, really.
That's cool. That's cool. So that's a lot of that was actually a lot of it's like you say, it was very generic. We can go on about it for many different angles, but so two things. First, I streamed. I was never a professional. I did not have a good stream, and it wasn't just so we can clear the air. I don't want anyone going in later and saying, "Oh, you weren't big." No, I'm kidding. But
I'm
so
sorry.
no, I'm just kidding. But so where do we see this space going? For me, I'm a bit biased because I'm obviously a gamer, but the way I see it, like the first really good utility that I've seen with NFTs was for gaming, because like the whole behavioral pattern is already there. People are putting in like so much money into these games and they know that they'll never get it back. And now with digital ownership, that will change drastically. And even the big gaming companies see this. Like we've talked to some of the really big studios and I've seen that the conferences me and Alessio were at these last couple of weeks in Paris and Lisbon, like there's so much big money who wants to come in, but they don't know which angle to come in from. Their brand isn't ready for for them to just hop on this ship. They're too big and bureaucratic to just get get the budgets approved and get into this space. So I think many people are starting to understand that gaming is what will make crypto become mainstream and what will accelerate the adoption. So I see it like in 10 years, I don't see people playing a game where they don't own the assets themselves.
Okay. Let me
It doesn't
scroll
make
and
sense.
see. Yeah, I think it does. We share similar views as well. We actually did a presentation recently for a local bank, and we share really similar views as well. We think that there's a lot of development in this space that currently Web2 does not provide based on technology. But as with every new nascent space, I think a lot of innovation takes time to mature. And I mean, as game companies or Web3 companies, we all have been experiencing or seen the recent hack that Ronin Wallet has suffered. I think 600 million US dollars. That's crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although that has occurred, I still think we should focus on what we are building. Security is, of course, our ultimate concern. I bet even for Solchicks as well. And ultimately, let's hope and work to continue building, right? Because you're still really early, and I think innovation will still take time.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the landscape, even Solchicks, like we want it to be a super fun game. It's not a AAA, title like if you compare it to, I don't know, look at God of War. You won't get a game of that quality in the crypto, like play to earn space within a few years. That
No.
a game like that takes years to build.
Yep.
So we're like you're mentioning, we're still in the early phase and gems will blossom, but there's also going to be a lot of stuff that's not good,
Yep.
which is I was very excited. I mean, it sucked to watch my coin market cap, but I was very excited when the market started to crash, because that just weaves out a lot of the trash that was just there. And now you get to see the real builders. So I'm very excited. I know we're early in this process, but that also means a huge upside for whoever takes that risk and successfully executes.
It's true.
Okay. Awesome. Another question from the community here has to do with the platform. So Solchicks is built mainly for PC and web, correct? What about mobile? Are there any plans for a mobile-friendly version of the game? That's from the community.
Short
Yeah, I
answer,
mean,
yeah.
for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's a good question, and it clearly deserve a proper answer that we might not have because there is like it's on our roadmap probably, but so far in the future. So far, meaning of course in terms of crypto time, right? When
Yep.
like 1 month is like a lifetime. But yeah, we thought about it. At the beginning, the full game will be only on browser, so playing on computer, but we know that playing on mobile is a huge share of the market, and it's just more convenient, and you can access so much like that part of the gaming space that maybe they're not like so real gamers, but they still enjoy playing it. So it's in our roadmap for sure, probably further like next year in
Mm,
2023.
mm.
But it's definitely something we want to consider. So
Okay.
there's also, of course, problems in terms of implementation because it's very hard to have a game on the Apple Store, for example, that it's crypto related. There are some restrictions, so you have to come up with different angles and strategies. But it's all doable. We did it for other projects that we do it. So I think it's something that definitely we will explore.
Cool. I think we had a recent AMA with Catheon Gaming. And I think since you're working in Catheon Gaming, there's a lot of shared resources. And I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out, which is the best way to go forward. I mean, they have a huge pool of resources and stuff like that. I'm just gonna have to trouble LSU and Pupa to look through the questions because I think there's a lot of repetitive questions. Is there anything or any question there that I think might have missed out that you want to answer? Maybe one or two, and then I think we'll call it a night because I almost held you here for an hour already. I feel bad. I'm sorry, man.
I didn't even know it was an hour. Time flies when you have fun, but I think for sure
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
look at some of the questions.
Yeah.
I think this is a good one. Can low budget users play Solchicks? Can the project share more about this mode? Great question. So, and why is this a great question? It's because, like we have seen, the biggest adoption is in Southeast Asia, which, if you look at it from a socioeconomical standpoint, these are not the richest countries. So that means two things. It means one, that there's a great upside because the top 5 countries by revenue in gaming, they aren't tapped into yet. That's a huge upside. But it also means that the entry barriers shouldn't be high because then it will be very difficult to get players. So what we have in mind is the scholarships. And so people will be able to, you don't even have to be a player to be able to look at this and say, hey, I kind of like where this is going. I want to take part of the upside. So you can buy an NFT and you can just rent it out and someone will rent, like, maybe I don't have the money to buy the NFT. So I'll rent it from someone for free or very cheap and then we'll split the revenue.
Mm.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's how we want to make sure that you don't have to have like $400, $500, $600 to play. You can
Yep.
still play for cheap.
And I suppose a really quick related question to that is, so I understand the third, was it the second of, I think there are 3 waves, the second wave or 2 waves. But the first kind of 6,000 or so NFTs are done, correct? And there's another minting for the next 4K, am I right?
Kind of, yeah. You're well read, and that's correct. So we have almost 5.5K, something like that, which was the wave one and wave two. We had planned the wave three, but given the current market conditions, and we were looking out for our early investors, we didn't want to push like 4,000 more supply because that would lower the price. So, and also we have breeding around the corner, which will introduce more NFTs, even though they're not as good as the original ones. They'll still be playable. So we have that in mind. So there is no planned date for the Wave 3. We'll see what happens with that, but the rest was correct.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Alessio, do you have any other questions you want to address or?
I think we covered it all. Regarding of the NFTs, since this is the last thing we mentioned, probably it's worth noting and mentioning that there are different waves, as Papa mentioned, but like earlier, waves have higher earning potential and more benefits in general. So if you're considering buying one of our NFTs to play the game, probably you wanna look for the wave one chicks that are the first 2,500. So that maybe you find a good deal, because not everyone knows these details, right? So just a quick advice: if you see like a wave one at a good price, that's the way to go for sure.
Yeah, and just a disclaimer. So how can you see it's a wave one? You look at the ID. If it's between 1 and 2,500, then that's a wave one Solchick.
Okay. I think we will check that out. I will have to trouble you guys later to leave me the links on Telegram for your, like, the relevant websites you want me to link on the YouTube channel itself. The second one is, if you want us to follow your Twitter handle for Alessio and Pupa, do link it on our Telegram. We will drop it there as well. I'm going to drop you guys a follow as well. I think Jared will as well. Other than that, I think we'll see you on the battleground, because Jared's going to climb your leaderboards, I think.
I'm going to try to at least.
We can play together, Pupa. We'll catch up. All right.
Yeah. By the
think-
way, quickly before we wrap up, did we get? I think we did 3 or 4 questions, right? Because I know 5 best questions get $50 worth of chicks. So just being mindful. Did we sort that out?
Let me see. I think we answered 5 questions. I was keeping a bit of track on that. I mean,
That's
I don't mind giving one more if we missed it out. Let's see if we have one more then. If we give 6, it's fine, right? I'm sure it's okay with you guys.
I'm not sure. Maybe if we did 5, that's fine. I just wanted to be mindful, because I didn't count. Just putting it out there.
Yeah, I think we have 5 already, so we're pretty good for tonight.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. So I think we call it a wrap. Thank you, Alessio and Pupa, for coming on and spend an hour with us today. We're always honored to have projects coming on and sharing about what they do. I love what I hear, and the 2 quotes from Alessio and Pupa once again. Thank my co-host Jared for always being here with me so late in the night, sometimes after working hours. Thank you everyone for appearing. I will see you guys next time. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Thanks.
everyone.